Hi, I'm Steve Brockett, and I've got real pleasure showing here at Oriel Canfas. And the work I'm showing here has been produced in the last a year and a half, and it's the first time it's been shown. And it's a fantastic space. I'm very pleased with how it looks here.
So, can you tell us a bit about your paintings and how you create your paintings?
My paintings are, if I tell you a bit about the process, the paintings all start as abstracts, sort of marks on board, and I see that as a way of activating the surface and starting to create little illusions that happen between different colours, different marks. And so the imagery comes out of that sort of mark making, really. It's not pre-planned, it's not predestined, really. It's a combination of relationships between marks and colours and a narrative that starts to form in my head once the painting starts to evolve. So the figures arrive, the animals arrive, they can arrive and disappear many times, sometimes through the life of the painting. I think it's sort of important to say that the colours and the landscapes are really to do with a sort of very deep connection with the Spanish landscape, particularly the sort of southern Spanish, Andalusia. I lived for 10 years in Almeria, and which is very desert-like landscape. And so I respond to those colours very much, and I allow the sort of memory of the landscape, really. It's a sort of landscape which is memorised, which allows me to sort of create a sort of almost like a dream-like quality. So I remember the bits that are most impactful, and within that landscape it allows me to then produce these narratives and stories which are sort of invented, but they're also deeply linked to sort of symbolism and a feeling about flight, for example, which is a very important aspect of my work.
Cool. And do you find that people interpret your work in lots of different ways? You know, because we've had some fantastic responses to this exhibition, right through from, you know, like they're like, oh, this is the best exhibition I've seen since like Paul Arago exhibition, and then other people kind of just wanting to know more about you and everything. Do people in different places, you know, how do people tend to respond?
I think it's lovely when people respond because I think the response that I'm looking for is not a specific response, it's a feeling that it's touched, so the paintings resonate with people's own psyche and feelings, really. And I think for me, as a painter, that's when I feel like I've succeeded, when I feel that resonance is working. It doesn't mean that someone's interpretation of the painting is the same as mine. That's sort of immaterial, but it's that feeling of, you know, making contact with something that deeply moves. It's the reason I paint, and I think, you know, for a lot of people that can pick up on that and respond to that, then
yeah,
that's a very powerful thing, and that's really what I'm seeking to tap into.
Excellent. And you paint on board, and is there a number of paintings underneath when you find the paintings?
Yeah,
can they change?
Sometimes many paintings underneath. I always used to paint on canvas, and I used to paint with oils. I stopped painting with oil paint because of the fumes really, and also the way I paint is very fast, and I really appreciated once I started using acrylics, especially with newer acrylics. The quality is so much better these days. I loved the way the paint slid around on the board. It really suited the way I painted, very fast initially anyway, and I could slide the material around, create lots of multi-layers and glazes, and so that's been a nice sort of process, really learning process for me.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.